Have you ever imagined when we are in our area, we introduce ourselves to our family or clan? Then our eyes look for the people of the family. For example, Bapari clan, Mojumdar clan, Sheikh clan, or house. These different names of clans or houses have been created to showcase their own glory and nobility. Now think about it. Just by hearing the name of the clan, you can decide who is upper class and who is lower class. So discrimination existed in the past, exists in the present, and will continue to exist in the future. Well, that's not the subject of my imagination today. So when we come out of the area, we introduce ourselves to the area. Then our eyes search for the people of the area. For example, the name of the area can be Sripur, Bortola and Rajargaon. Well, what is the name of your area? When we go outside our region, we introduce ourselves by the name of our area or the name of the region or the name of the union council. Then subconsciously our brain and eyes search for people from our own region. Then when we go further away or enter another district, our identity becomes the name of our district. Then our brain and eyes look for a person from our own district. Those who live in Dhaka or the capital city will be able to relate very well. And when we go outside our own country, our identity becomes the name of our country. For example,
I am from Bangladesh.
Then our eyes search for a Bangladeshi. Every expatriate should feel this. But it is special for those who have been in Europe for the long time. At this level where our identity ends is the name of our country. I don't know if any writer, philosopher, thinker has thought like this before. But I want to give a name of this concept from my place. HELN. Human existence is linked to nationality. So now wherever I go in the world, I identify as a Bangladeshi. This green country has an area of 147,570 square kilometers. Considering the size of Bangladesh, its position is so small compared to other countries of the world. Its position is at number 92 to 94. However, the interesting thing is that according to the way the country's population has grown in the past, it should have reached 180 million. But it is still in a precarious position. According to the previous population growth rate, it should be between 175 million and 177 million. Our brains can't really comprehend such a large number. Russia, the largest country in the world, has an area of about 17 million square kilometers. It is about 116 times larger than Bangladesh. I hope you understand. Despite being such a large country, their population is about 146 million. 116 times larger than us, but less in population than us. Let's take our neighboring country India as an example, because this country is also experiencing a huge population growth day by day. India is about 22 times bigger than us but has 8 times more population. Their population is 1.42 billion. But if we calculate the size of India according to the number of people living in Bangladesh, then about 4 billion and more people should be live there. I hope you can at last get an idea of how many people live in Bangladesh. I have several concepts about this high population of Bangladesh, but those are not the topic of today's discussion. My purpose is to present some information to the world about the country that is your motherland. Our country is divided into 8 divisions and within them there are 64 districts. Dhaka division has 13 districts. Dhaka, Gazipur, Norsingdi, Manikganj, Narayanganj, Munshiganj, Kishoreganj, Tangail, Faridpur, Madaripur, Rajbari, Gopalganj and Shariatpur. Chattogram division has 11 districts. Chittagong, Cox's Bazar, Rangamati, Bandarban, Khagrachori, Noakhali, Feni, Lokhipur, Chatpur, Brahmanbaria and Kumilla. Rajshahi division has 8 districts. Rajshahi, Nator, Nauga, Chapai-Nawabganj, Joypurhat, Bogura, Sirazganj and Pabna. Khulna division has 10 districts. Khulna, Bagerhat, Satkhira, Joshor, Norail, Chuadanga, Meherpur, Kushtia, Magura and Jinaidah. Borishal division has 6 districts. Borishal, Potuakhali, Bhola, Pirojpur, Barguna and Jhalokati. Sylhet division has 4 districts. Sylhet, Moulubibazar, Hobiganj and Sunamganj. Rangpur division has 8 districts. Rangpur, Gaibandha, Kurigram, Nilfamari, Lalmonirhat, দিনাজপুর, ঠাকুরগাঁও এবং পঞ্চগড়। Finally, ময়মনসিংহ division has 4 districts. ময়মনসিংহ, শেরপুর, জামালপুর and নেত্রকোনা. Each of our 64 districts has its own unique traditions. So, what is the name of your district? For example, where the Podda and Meghna rivers meet is Chatpur, and Chatpur is famous for the country's national fish, ilish. For example, Rajshahi is famous for mangoes and silk. Again, Pabna is famous for its madhouses. It was funny, but Pabna is also famous for its food, grain reserves and weaving industry. Our capital, Dhaka. The country is controlled from Dhaka, and the people of every district have now become Dhaka-centric to change their fate. As a result, Dhaka's population is now much higher. According to the annual report for 2025, more than 34.5 million people live in Dhaka. Dhaka is currently the first largest city in South Asia and the second largest city in the world in terms of population. Welcome to Dhaka. Let's start with a story. Otherwise, you will not give importance to Dhaka. A young boy working in the army was getting off the bus when his phone was snatched from his hand. There were 2 of them, one a child and the other an old man. The army boy started running after them. At one point, as soon as the boy was caught, the boy stabbed the army. These are not rare incidents. These are everyday incidents in this city. Just as there are thieves and robbers in this city, so too there are honest and conscientious people who do good deeds in this city. Just as there are fools in this city, there are wise people in this city. Just as there are people in this city who are willing to spend millions of money on taking drugs. In this city, parents are for children, children are for parents. There are incidents like selling their own body parts. In this city, there are those with power, those who are poor, and orphans. There are Muslims, Hindus, Christians, and atheists in this city. There are Rolls-Royce owners in this city. There are rickshaw drivers who drive for here. There are women who cover their faces with towels. And there are women who take off their clothes for popularity on social media. Schools, colleges, universities are around this city. In the words of a folk, there is traffic jam, air pollution, dirty environment. Population density has made this city ours. All in all, Dhaka is the city of hope for Bengalis. Some people lose their lives to the currently of this city. Some choose this city as the last refuge for their lives. If you think this brutal beauty of Dhaka is the real face of Bangladesh, then you would be wrong. Bangladesh, the country of 6 sessions, bid farewell to the brutality of Dhaka in this intense heat of summer. Let's go to a village. In this scorching heat of summer, where there is no condition to keep clothes on the body, yet most of the crops have to be harvested at this time, the country's national fruits such as jackfruit, mango and lychee, ripen, melons and watermelons are also available. One afternoon you can eat whatever you want and feel asleep on the mat in the shadow of a tree. Then the monsoon comes and washes everything away. The crops are filled with new weather. During this time there is a lot of rainfall. At such times, the beauty of the cultivated land is enhanced by the national flower of the country, the lotus. Then autumn comes and bids farewell to the monsoon, with blue clear skies, bright sunshine, and the blooming of jasmine flowers, all the rain weather having dried up. Then Hemanto comes and takes the leaves of the trees, brings cool of the air, and gives advance warning of winter. At this time, the country's national game Hadoop was paid more. I say it was because this game is disappearing day by day. Then comes winter. Let's go deep into some village in Bangla. It's so cold, nothing can be seen in the fog. On such a morning, date juice, stamped cake, coconut cake, Bangladeshi people called pitha, however in a clay oven. The number of different types of cake made by our village grandparents and aunties in winter is incredible. They have taken into the leap of art. On other country in the world usually makes pitha or cake like this. Although it is unknown by different names in our neighboring countries. However, if you want to appreciate it's really tasty, you should be come to a village in Bangla one winter. Spring bids farewell to winter. The leaves of trees that have been blown away by the storm return in new form. Countless flowers bloom on various trees. Birds cheaper, louder, and farmers' crops become brighter, as if spring has dressed nature in new clothes. However, it is difficult to admit that due to climate change, our seasons are losing their traditions. However, nature has not spared this country. There are 405 rivers in this country. There are mountains surrounded by greenery. The world's longest sea beach is here, Cox's Bazar, St. Martin Island. This country is full of beauty. You can go to Jaflong. There are mountains with white stone rivers. You can go to Shajek Valley, the kingdom of clouds. And you can go to Bandarban to see the hilly areas. You can visit Sonargaon to learn about the ancient history of Bangla. The tea garden of Sylhet will also fascinate you. You can go to Kuakata to watch the sunrise and sunset from the same place. Oh my god. And the paradise of boat trips is Tanguahaur. We also have the Sundarbans. 62% of which is within Bangladesh's borders. And this forest is home to the country's national animal, the Royal Bengal tiger. Many famous men have been born in this land. But I will try to mention a few names from where the birth of Bangladesh began. Politician Hossein Shohid Sohrawardi. Politician Maulana Abdul Hamid Khan Bhashani. Politician Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Although there is widespread criticism about his subsequent period of power. Martyr National Army Major Ziaur Rahman. There is the rebel poet Kazi Nazrul Islam. There is the symbol of the generation, Shohid Sharif Usman Hadi. There is the Nobel Prize winner Dr. Yunus. Although this nation has a lot of emotion about cricket, there is no title to be proud of. However, the world's best all-rounder Shakib Al Hasan was born on this soil. Although he is now criticized for political reasons, I did not want to mention the names of those who are alien because there is no telling what they do with the rest of their time. Later I thought that whatever they do in the next life, their glorious time is no longer a lie. There is also my favorite Humayun Ahmed, the most popular among modern writers. You can call this video a report, documentary or content, whatever you like, but these are my late night thoughts. So I have named it Chitrokalpo. It is a Bangla word, so I will face you with a new imagination. Now remove the from your face and try to imagine everything. Assalamu alaikum.